Hello, hello. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. I'm known as Autumn around here, and my co-host is in the cat tree, snoozing. Just a cute little snoozer up there. Thank you for being here. I was just watching Johnny's live stream over on Tarot's Apprentice, and he's so good. He's so good. And he had some really interesting questions today. So if you are, after this, if you're looking for something interesting or somewhere you want to go over to Tarot's Apprentice. It's really good. He has really good questions today, looking at Donald Trump and his finances from the standpoint of how the business works and what he's really afraid of in there and the people working for him. And it's just great stuff today. Anyway, just wanted to share that. Hello, everybody. Okay, so let me see here. All right. Anything in all caps is how you communicate with me. So then I'll know you're talking to me. Other than that, just type normally, please. And then, because people here are really friendly. So for which I'm eternally grateful. We also have the best moderators anywhere. We have the best moderators on the internet right here. You guys are epic. And it's saved us from so many. They have a cave troll. Many cave trolls. So anyway, what else? 10% of income that comes into the channel before expenses goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. So that's an ongoing thing, and I make those donations quarterly. I think that's all. All right, the camera's sitting up a little bit higher right now. I may have to change that because I think when I tilt it down to show the cards, it's going to be too steep, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so my notebook. Okay. Well, I need something to write with. What happened? Oh, goodness gracious. You look important. Let's write on you. Random paper. I was filling out the, thank you, Deborah. I was started filling out my ballot this morning. Oh, that is eye rolling. The first page, easy. Second page, the judges. The judges. I mean, huge lists of judges. Like, really? Okay. So anyway, all right, I'm here to answer your political questions. So let me roll up. I'm gonna roll up to the top. And we'll see what we can find here. Oh, it's Amy's birthday. Happy birthday, Amy. Happy birthday. Okay, so I'm going to look for anything in all caps so I can answer your questions. Oh, Lee is saying hello. Autumn, sending light and love. Thank you. Right back at you. Mari's, happy Wednesday, Autumn. Boo Boo Kitty, yes. If you're watching the replay, you can look down in the first pinned comment right after this. I typed the questions in that we covered today, and you'll be able to just hit the timestamp. Although on Wednesdays, the timestamp, it won't be down. I usually like to make it just right to the second, so you can go right there as much as possible. But on Wednesdays, getting that last little bit in, it has to wait because I've got to be... I also am usually only here till about 1:15 because I have a standing thing I have to be at 2:00 on Wednesdays. So just so you know. Happy Wednesday. Jennifer saying hi, Autumn, and Boo Boo indirectly. He's a good kitty. Okay, not listening. He's not listening. All right. Oh, George Takai. That man is a national treasure. Tweet. The Stepford judge actually doesn't have a single original thought. Half of you won't see what I did there, but that's okay. We do. She's calling herself an originalist. It's like, yeah, right. So that would be probably a scam. All right. Anyway. All caps, all caps, all caps looking. Thank you again, Deborah. Amy, gasp. The nails. Yes. These. They're actually more green than gold, but it's hard to see in this light. I need more light behind me. I have a light for that picture, but I haven't attached it yet. So hopefully at some point I'm going to have a light coming down on that picture. It's right here, sitting right here. I have to, anyway, I'll work on it. Janie, Autumn, you're beautiful. Glad you're showing your face. It makes it so much more interesting. Thank you. Thank you. This is still hard for me. This is still very hard for me, you know, and, but I'm trying. I'm trying to get better. I pulled this shirt straight out of the dryer and it's still wrinkled. And it's like, you know, and so it's like, I'm here to help. I'm not here to, you know, I try to fight that voice in my head that's complaining. That's about everything that's wrong. It's like, yeah, but there's a whole lot that's right here. Like, I've got a roof over my head for which I am grateful. I have got the cutest kitties, Boo Boo and Pumpkin, and I know you have cute kitties too. But I'm allowed to think mine are the best just because they're mine. And I have you guys. Every day you guys are here. And so I am, that's what I need to focus on, just how grateful I am. So anyway, thank you. All right. Mims, even if it's hard for you, Autumn, it's lovely for us. Thank you. Ted Cruz equals Eddie Munster. Yes. Yes. With that big scruffy beard of his, Wolfman jacked up. Yeah. I think this thing jumped because I have not. Hey, Becca, House of Lenormand is in the house. The awesomeness that is Becca. Did you see Johnny's thing this morning? It was awesome. I was just watching it. It was so good. The stuff he was reading on about Trump. But anyway, I'm not seeing a lot of questions. And this thing, of course, it jumped. Okay, there we go. And Amy saying thank you. Asintawa filled out mine. I live in your state. Lots of judges. Are they? Oh my gosh. It's like a phone book. For those of you who are young, a phone book was a book that was not, even though it said phone book, it was not a manual for how to make an electronic device work. It had a list of people's names with phone numbers in it, and it had their address as well. And most people were in it, which sounds like just a amazing, horrifyingly amazing resource for hackers, but there was nothing to hack back in those days. So you could have your name and address and phone number, and it was in a book, and everyone in town had it. And if you needed to call a big city, you went down to the library. And so tomorrow I'll describe what a library is. And you could go to the reference section, and there were great big phone books for like Chicago and New York and big places. Most people were in them. You could opt to stay out, but most people were in the phone book. And if you really want to be horrified, tomorrow I'll tell you about people knocking on your door. Your neighbor's just knocking on your door to come in and say hi. Have some coffee. Little Entenmann's coffee cake. And you had to answer the door. Well, you didn't have to, but it would have been weird if you never answered the door. So now that I've just horrified all the people who are much younger, here we go. All right. Michelle, will there be any bogus indictments for Biden? Oh, let's see. Yeah, okay. Bogus Biden indictments. I tell you. Okay. Demi Lovato has released a new anti-Trump song, Commander-in-Chief, and she'll perform at the Billboard Music Awards. Good for her. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Lovato. Okay. Christine, where is Melania? I read on her yesterday. Must have been yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. It was a whole lot of not much. She's just as shallow and selfish as she ever is. So, Electra, hello all. Excuse me. Okay, Yada's asking, will Ted Cruz win if he runs again? I'm guessing because he's there for 6 years, and he won over Beto, which is that's just bizarre. But Ted Cruz, will he win again? Okay. Justin Pompeo, thank you. Uncover the news. Kristen's back, and now the news. Pompeo denies that agreeing to release Hillary Clinton emails violates the Hatch Act. Uh-huh. All right, so I got that down there, and thank you, Renee. Looking for anything in all caps. Electra, I miss your window view of outside. I'd be happy to go back to that and not do any of this anymore. That would be great. You guys, enough of you vote to go back to the old format. We're going to the old format happily. Anyway, Ted Cruz and Eddie Munster. Yeah, but I liked Eddie Munster. You know, he was sweet. But I know what you mean. Jane, that Virgo mind, yes. Of the best kitties. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Okay. Autumn, spoken like a true pet owner. We're addicted to you. Oh, you're sweet. We have you. Please like and subscribe. Yes, please. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for being here. Lady Farley, thank you. Thank you. Okay, Kristen has some more tweets. Let's sneak in a couple of Bette Midler tweets because she's usually really good. After last week's New York Times expose on his taxes, many people are saying Trump's image is a sham. Let me get this straight. The guy with the sham hair, the sham skin, the sham marriage, sham doctors, and a bunch of sham businesses lied about other parts of his image? Thank you, Bet. You are also a national treasure. Surprise! Viola, what will happen at the town halls? What do you mean? Oh, I'm so sorry. What do you mean? Thank you, Wondering Eyes. Viola, what's going to happen at town halls in what way? Please let me know. Pink, lots of judges here too. Luckily, it was mostly R versus D. Yeah, but this great big long list that I have, that we have, no R's, no D's, just names. Okay, Christine, is Ivanka looking for a place to escape to? All right, we haven't looked at her in a while. Is Ivanka? She doesn't really need to. She doesn't need to look for a place to escape to, because everybody's going to protect her. Everybody's going to protect her. It's like the one, it's like there are two rules in Trump world. Rule one is Donald is king. Rule two is protect Ivanka at all costs. And that goes for Junior, that goes for Eric, that goes for everybody. Everybody is going to protect Ivanka. I've never seen her going to jail. I've seen Kushner, I've seen Junior going to jail. I've seen Kushner, yeah. Bye-bye, Kushner. You're going to be on a long time when it finally all comes down. Ooh, that's what I've been getting. But what do I know? That's what I've been getting. Okay, so but I've got that question there. Harry's mom. Feeling old, Autumn? Oh, about the phone books. No, actually, I was writing that, well, always, but there's a character in a story I'm telling, and she had to explain that to someone who's particularly young, and he was just horrified. So I put that in the story, so I was just sharing it with you guys. Anyway. Gigi, how's the voting going so far? Will people keep the same energy? Okay, that's a good question. I mean, they're all good questions, but thank you. How is voting going? How is voting going? All right. Same energy. Okay. All right. Mims, remember when it was a big deal to opt out of the phone book? Yes. Yes. I don't think my dad ever did. Tinker Mouse. Love your name, by the way. Tinker Mouse, what do you think Biden and Harris will tackle first when in office? I think everything I've gotten mentally about everything every picture I've got, I get a mental image of him going in. It's not, this is a metaphor, but I get this very strong mental image of Biden going into the Oval Office, and there's like someone knocked over a plant, and there's soil all over the ground, and this is broken, and that's off kilter, and this is a mess. And he's like telling me, he's like, okay, could you please clean that up? Could you please clean that up? And he goes behind the Resolute desk. That phone bank is sitting there, and he picks up the phone just to make sure there's a dial tone. And then he hits buttons that should be connecting to different parts of the government, but they're not working. And so he's like, okay. And I don't think it's literal. I think he's got to come, because he was vice president and he knows how things were. He knows how it's supposed to work. So I think that he was, he's going to go in there and he's going to see the decline over the last 4 years up close. So I think the first thing that he's going to have to tackle is basic, very, very basic structural things, getting people back into their job. I mean, the State Department, there are like tumbleweeds rolling through the State Department building, and there's going to be so much stuff just to get things working again. Plus, I don't doubt for a minute that they're going to. I'll have a look, but I just wanted to point that out, and we'll see if we can add to it. So, Biden, first order of business. Okay. Order of business. I just wrote, I'm not looking at what I'm writing because I'm trying to see what you're putting. I just put business. Yes, the many bins. He's all over it. Yes, the Stepford judge, Joy, never answers questions. Yep. Electra, what is the status of the census? Oh, it's a mess. I can feel right now. It's just, yeah. I really think they're going to have to redo it. I really think they're going to have to redo it, which doesn't even seem possible. I'm not even sure if it's legal to redo it, but I think they're going to have to make it accurate. Jane, and in those days, there wasn't a peephole in the door. Oh, well, you go back far enough. Yeah, there wasn't. Depending where you lived. Renee, where is, oh, Yeah, Barr's disappeared. I mean, thank heaven for small mercies, but no, Barr has disappeared. Okay. Renfield. Where's Renfield? Where's Renfield? Okay. All right. Yes, and they would charge you a fee if you opted out. Yes, that was true. Is Mayor Pete going to be part of the Biden administration? I think so. I don't feel like I need to read on him today, though. But I will, Yvette. If by the way, if I don't acknowledge you or I don't answer your question, it is never anything personal. I have to go by my intuition. As I read your questions, I'm sending my energy out and to see kind of what I'm picking up on. And he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. And I feel like we can read on him in future, but I feel like there are other things I should get to today. But thank you for asking, Yvette. And it's never, I never just, I hope I haven't hurt your feelings by not answering. Okay, let's see. Hope, will Trump be indicted by Barr just so Pence can pardon him for the crimes? Let's just Trump pardoned. Okay, we have not looked at that in quite a while. Renee, he didn't win. They stole the elections. Yes, Cruz versus Beto O'Rourke. Read on the fly, Sharon. I did last week. A number of readings on the fly. It was gross. All right, and Steve, still hoping for an answer to state legislatures flipping despite gerrymandering. I remember you asking. Let me see if I can find out. Okay. I think it's going to depend on the state. But in general, matter of fact, that's what I'll do first, because you have been very patient with me and I appreciate it. Listen to him. Yes, my radar just went up. Yes, it did. Okay, I have missed. I wasn't caught up. Crystal Mom is saying that about Barr indicting Trump so Pence could pardon him. But Crystal Mama is saying that would be against what Barr believes. He thinks no president should be held accountable. Yep. All right, Mims, I am going to look at Renfield, Barr. Debbie, am I picking up anything regarding Prince Andrew? Besides general disgust? I'll see if I've got time. It'd be nice if some of these people, if they are guilty, it'd be nice if there was there actual consequences. That would be nifty. Sorry, I don't mean to be so sarcastic today. It's just, I mean, how else can you talk about some of these people? It's just like, really? Really? Oh, Mayor Pete did handle himself very well on Fox News. Wait. Barbara, Trump is filing for bankruptcy for the 7th time? Is that a hope, or is that the news? Okay. And any professional inquiries for some of Trump's doctors down the road? Nancy, I'll have a I'll put it on the list, but I don't know if I'm going to get to that today. Trump's doctors. All right, but let me start out because I've got quite a list. So, and I might have to just hold these up a bit. I could try putting, I don't think it'll work if I put them up here, but maybe we're going to try it. Thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it. And I'm so sorry I'm such a sarcastic, snarky little person today, but these people, it's like laugh or cry or be snarky. So Okay, let me see. Viola, Autumn, in case you don't know, Trump and Biden are having separate town halls on the same night. Okay, cool. And anything nearby? Rebecca, say no to the glitches being planned at Florida and Virginia voter registration offices. So no to the glitches being planned at registration offices. Yeah, okay, glitches. Registration offices. What it feels like is with those glitches, I'll have a look, but part of it honestly is the sheer number of people voting. The sheer number, I get the feeling that actually it's going to hold well, very well, but I really think that there's a certain amount of the voting system itself is like squeaking, that creaking noise something makes when it's under just too much pressure. It's going to be okay. I've asked if the glitches were planned or accidents. Virginia had to cut cable. Yep, Rebecca, I've got that on the list. Thank you for bringing that up. But I'm going to see about that. But I do think that there is a certain amount of creaking. I'm getting like a mental image of when you put something under too much pressure, it just starts. But it's going to hold. It's going to hold. Pink, there's definitely some snark in astrology right now. Oh yeah, the astrology is kind of icky right now, and so whatever whatever gets you through the night. All right, so we're going to start with state legislatures flipping in general, because poor Steve has been waiting for days to get that question answered. 2730. Okay. Okay. Oh, Marie, good morning all. I'm at the dentist. Oh, I hope it goes well. And if it doesn't, I hope that you at least get some laughing gas out of it or something. But I hope it goes really, really well. All right, state legislatures. In general, U.S. state legislature, are they going to... Let's see here, hang on. I'm going to have to tell you guys something in a minute. A trick you can use when trying to kind of bypass yourself, basically, to get better information from your subconscious and spirit. But all right, state legislatures flipping. Is it National Dessert Day? Oh, Jane, good news. Yay. We have an excuse. Rancor. Yeah, it's okay, I'll explain this now. And I am answering your question, Steve. I promise I'm answering your question. There is a thing, there's a trick. If you stand, it's better if you stand up, but even if you're sitting up straight in a way that like you're sitting forward on a like hard chair, but it works best if you're standing. And if you just calm down, and if you say the words, if you just say yes, 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 eventually you'll start tipping forward. And if you say no, 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 you eventually start tipping backwards. And that's one way. If I'll ask about things, is there something I'm forget? Should I buy whatever this is? I think I've got the money for it, but should I get this now? And I've had moments where it was like, okay, I'll just calm down. Should I get this now? Should I get this now? Should I get this now? And if I get a really strong no, it's like, okay, then I won't do that. And then it's interesting because usually later I find out that, yeah, I'd forgotten about Bill, or I'd forgotten about something. So Cappy's mom saying she was taught how to do that. Oh, it can be very useful. So anyway, as I was sitting here and I was feeling on this, it was interesting because my body started doing this, and that's what I get for the maybe it's literally just like this, and it was like and then I get the card for rancor. So the energy itself is very just up and down and fighting and it's a mess. Christine, you become a large pendulum. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. All right, let me see. If I tilt this down, can you see? Okay. Yeah, because of gerrymandering and other things, also people are really set in what they believe. They're really set right now. Let me see if I tilt this down. Can you see this or not? All right, not really. So I'm going to have to. What would be clearer, since it would take a lot to it would take a lot to actually move this computer right now, but I don't think it's visible. Okay, let me know. Should it, for now, because I'll change this tomorrow. I'll change it tomorrow so it's not sitting up so high, so you'll be able to see better. Which is better, in the stand or on the ground or on the desk? Stand or desk? I know that probably neither are very, very visible at the moment, but this is what we're working with just for today. All right, that's all right. This is America, so this is across the country, and there's a great stand. Everybody's saying stand. In the stand, it is. All right. Thank you. Dealer's choice, either. Okay. This is a card for America. So there's great variety, and thank you for your help. There's great variety in the legislatures across the country and what they're doing and what they're going to do. All right, that's the card of communication. This communication, this is who they're this is state legislatures. It's also who they're sending to Washington. Interesting. Okay, but I'm reading on state legislatures. Okay, on the defensive, status quo on the defensive. All right, I need some clarification. Why am I looking at a 9 of Swords? Who's stressed? Well, besides everyone. But no, really, who's stressed? Impish artist, hello. Stand. Okay. All right, what is going on with the stress? So what's going to happen to the state legislature? Are they going to be going blue or red on the whole? I mean, there's some places that are so entrenched that, yeah, good luck. You know, Oklahoma, not going to be purple anytime soon. At least to the best of my knowledge. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I would love that. State legislatures. Let me see if I can get some more information. State legislation, yeah, on the whole. All across the country, people are suffering. They're hurting. People really are hurting. And it breaks my heart because they're, again, I know a lot of you are repeat viewers and you get tired of me kind of saying the same things, but people going hungry makes me very cranky. It's like hangry, but it's not when I'm hungry. It's when they're hungry. I get very cranky that there are people suffering, and those slime bags in Washington, D.C. are trying to force through a far, far, far right judge instead of helping hungry children. If that's not the definition of slime of a human being, I don't know. Okay, well, all right, that would mean people getting some help maybe, or families moving toward the Democrats in general. Republicans are throwing a lot of money. They're throwing a lot of money at state. That's what they've been focusing on, state and judicial, but especially state legislatures for any number of years now, because they started seeing that the numbers were working so much against them nationally. Matter of fact, there's supposed to be there is one particular guy. It was like he's the one who kind of stood up and said, hey, we can't win here, so let's do state and judicial, and let's do this and let's do that. And the party itself was like, that sounds good. That's election day. That is the judgment card. That is the card I get for election day. And it's right in the middle. Okay. Wham. It's going to, there's the sheer number of people voting. Some people using their higher wisdom, as in, I've never voted before, but I'm going to vote now. Please. Attempted shenanigans. Trying to figure out. But people are suffering, and they're moving bluish. Sort of moving bluish. But the states overall, I mean, good grief, the poor governor of Wisconsin. That man can't breathe without 12 state senators or representatives screaming that he's taking up too much oxygen. They're the biggest. They're awful. They're absolutely awful to him. But anyway, suspension. All right, that would be a change. Okay. All right, movement, big movement. That is the chariot, the card of movement. Okay, that's a messenger. That's voters. That's voting. People watching the polls, it's like politicians, we've put everything out there. People who work on the for the campaigns, people who are trying to set up voting, what have you, setting everything up and then just waiting for the result. They're not down and out, but in state legislatures, I think that there's definitely a weakening of Republican support, because there's so many voters, and so many voters disgusted with Trump that they go, okay, I'm voting for Biden this time, and then I'm just going to do lots of Democrats. Although some people are like, well, I want it to be balanced out, so I'll do Democrat here but Republican there. It's different. People have different ideas on strategies. Okay. All right, this goes back to my, okay, you come to me for a reading and you say, hey, I'm in office and I'm, my party's up for re-election and we've had all this power and we've done all of this thing. And it was like, oh, so there's going to be, okay, so I see voting. There's massive movement. There's big voting, huge amounts of voting. And then the infrastructure is set up to handle it. It'll creak a little, but it's going to be, it's going to hold. And then what party are you? Oh, I'm a Republican. Do you have any Democratic friends in the legislature? Some people you could be friends with if you're sort of more, your support's weakening. That's what I would say. So it's not a slam dunk, but it's a definite weakening of Republican power. And that's what I'm getting for that. All right. So while we're in this energy, we are at 41. All right, glitches in the registration offices in Virginia. Did somebody say one of the lines was actually cut? Glitches in the voter registration offices. Okay, let's see here. Glitches in Virginia. Okay. I heard it was cut. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's see here. Virginia registration offices. Pull 3 cards on that. Thank you, Deb. To help, this is kind of good for Republicans, but it's feeling a little corrupt for the sake of Republicans, I think. But let's see. All right, hang on. Oh, or I can just do that because they don't want to. All right. It feels like sneaking in. It does feel like sneaking in to do something. I know that's not a thief card, but it feels like it. And there's an insult to injury, so yeah. But there are so many other votes. Yeah, there are going to be shenanigans. There just are. And I think we have to accept that at a certain level. That there are, but there are. Let me pull a couple cards. But what I get is there are going to be so many votes they cannot deny it. Thankfully, Virginia extended registration, but Florida didn't. Well, of course, it's Florida. Oh, Florida. Florida, man. Doesn't extend registration. Sheer numbers of people voting. Wait a second, there was a question about that, wasn't there? Okay, let's look at 40. 44. How is the voting going? Same energy. People. Thank you, Rebecca. And thank you guys for your patience with me if I don't read on something or it takes me time to get to it. Susie, are they shenanigans or outright violations? Both. There are going to be, yeah, but is it going to be enough to switch things, to flip things, to make a major difference? Or is the vote going to be so overwhelming? Okay. My shoulders suddenly relaxed, and that's a good feeling. That's good. All right. Many shenanigans. I'm also being reminded of what I was saying yesterday about thank God for stupid criminals. All right, insult to injury. Yep, they're going to try. Oh, because they know Trump's in trouble. They're going to try extra hard because they know Trump's in trouble. Strength. Temperance in the middle. World. Okay. All right. All right, folks. All right, my friends. If you were ever going to ask me are Democrats going to win? And let's say that I wanted to cheat and say, you know what, I'm just going to, this person isn't seeing me shuffle the cards. I never do this, but because you see me shuffle, you see me put this up. But if I was ever going to be, like I'll just pick out the cards that I think are going to say that, that Democrats are going to win. This is what I would pick out. That we're sick of, everybody is so sick of the insult to injury and Trump and just how awful it is. I've got 3 major arcana right in the center, and they're all women. Women voters. Strength, temperance, world card. Ending. We are strong. We are sick of the extremism. We are going to end the current trajectory. And then the beginning of massive democratic power. Overwhelming. 3 major arcana right there, and an ace. And that's a 10. That's Trump. Yeah. So it's going to be overwhelming. Overwhelming numbers. Let me just make a note of that. Overwhelming numbers. Okay, so I'm going to take just a sip of my iced tea. Time to concentrate on healthcare and feeding the people, says Dave. I'm with you. Absolutely. You know, that's expression, put your money where your mouth is. I put my money where other people's mouths are. Hungry people's mouths are. I donate regularly. I mean, that's the whole thing. 10% of every project I do, 10% goes to an established charity. And YouTube, actually everything related to Black and Orange goes to feedingamerica.org. There are hungry, hungry people, and there shouldn't be. Anyway. Yes, Mims, I agree. Viola, that's an epic card spread. Alice, will the Electoral College stick to the actual votes? I think I read on that yesterday, day before. I'm not sure. But I've got to get through these other questions. But Alice, do ask again, maybe if you could come back tomorrow or soon. Because I'm here every day. Okay. All right, let me just start at the top because it's at 40. Let's put it 4830. Bogus Biden indictments, or for the alliteration, bogus Biden B, and then the letter S. Debsy, Divine Feminine is powerful. Yes, indeed. Okay. All right. Bill Barr's Bogus Biden B S. Yeah, we're going to read on Renfield here in a minute. Please correct me if I'm wrong. All right, because I'm not, I don't know the details. This is not an area of my expertise. Oh, Dave, I put food on a bus stop for the homeless every day. It disappears quicker than it used to. Bless you, Dave. Bless you. Thank you for that. Okay, but correct me if I'm wrong on Barr here. My understanding is he doesn't actually do the work. Thank you, Mari. He actually, there are other prosecutors that he sends off to go do the actual prosecuting. I think he's going to have Of course, he can always find minions, but he's going to have trouble finding prosecutors that are willing to go forward with something like that. There is a certain point at which the majority start to balk in a big way. So it ends up possibly blowing up in their faces. All right, this is the card of nostalgia. This is nostalgia for 2016. This is Trump and Barr's nostalgia for 2016. To make it, use that playbook from back then. Hillary's emails and indict Biden and blah 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 blah. And I don't know if they keep it up. I'm just worried Hillary won't become president. It's the B list. Renfield just directs, says Mims. Okay, good. Okay. So they wanted to use the old playbook, and because they're trying to, they've been, this is the fruits of labor. They've been Republican labor. Yeah, they've been trying to, it's just more of the same. Blah, 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 blah. But center of the reading, I've got the quiet as a tomb card. Crickets. I've got crickets right in the center. But, Barr standing up. But, I must do something. I must do something to help the master. Master Trump. Yeah, but you need other people to, he can probably find someone. But there are going to be a lot of people speaking out. Yeah, but then right underneath the idea of people speaking out, I've got Howling at the Moon. I think he'll maybe try something, but it feels like it might be too late, because right in the center, in a 5-card spread, it's the center card that has the most power. And this is crickets. This is quiet. This is, standing there waiting. Yeah, there's going to be a press conference. Wasn't there supposed to be a press conference? Isn't there where they're supposed to be? You want to go get some lunch? Yeah, we better go get some lunch. So, just pull 3 more cards. Is it going to be just too late? We won't be able to pull it together, or what? Ye old random cards. Now it's trying to put it together. Okay. To send a message. It's very weak, though. It's weak sauce. It's the term I'm going through my head. But I must prove my love to the master. So he's trying to pull something together, but it feels very weak. Nice try. Nice try, Renfield. Speaking of Renfield, where are you? So today's episode 54 of Where's Renfield? Check your basements. He might be down there looking for some dead flies or spiders or something for lunch. Bill Barr. Oh, Bill Barr. You went so wrong somewhere. I don't know if you were ever right, but you just went so wrong. So very, very wrong. Thought for a second I just looked up and I thought I saw a fly on the window, but it's not. It's one of those little baby stink bugs. It's like maybe he'd like that instead. Dave saying, I didn't think that it was possible, but Barr might be too smart to indict on an obvious political motive. Oh, no. Oh, no. He would. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, he had the audacity to intercept the Mueller report and start redacting it to hither and yon. No, he would, but he doesn't want. He wants to find something where he wouldn't be completely laughed out of court, but he might just do something for the sake of, just for the sake of doing something, being able to tell the Master Trump, I've brought you this indictment, Master Trump. All right. Bill Barr, where are you? Bill Barr, where are you? Oh, DLC, not in my basement, just me and the cat down here. Well, that's cute. That is good. Card for the reading is Ten of Swords. Feels like Trump, but let's see. All right, I've got a Six of Swords. Ooh, Moon card. Yikes. Hanged Man right in the center. Hello, Linda. Just happened to glance up. Two of Swords. Five of Swords. Okay. Hey, Renfield. Not going so well, is it? His boss is in terrible shape. And had to go to the, ever since Trump came down with the illness, had to go to the hospital. It's been just, Trump's political fortunes have just gone downhill from there. Definitely downhill from there. But these are not good cards. Got Major Arcana right here of suspension and howling at the moon, or howling the moon and then suspension, and then a decision must be made, which is an insult, like insult to injury. Tell me more about this. It's like the institution he works for. The DOJ is still there. It's still functioning. It's still fine. Why is Barr getting... Why is Renfield getting... what is suspended? What is suspended? He might be working on something to do with trying to save Trump. Save the... I don't know if it's affect the election or if it's just save Trump from stuff coming out about him. I'm actually getting more working than sickness, but let me see. All right, Renfield. Are you working or are you ill? Mims is saying he's sick. Pulling one over on the Democrats, politically outmaneuvering the Democrats. He's really focused on that. Okay. All right. Prosecutors going about their being sent on their merry little evil ways to do. They're not evil. The stuff they're being asked to do is. Okay, that's a celebration. Three of Cups. On the defensive. What are you on the defensive about, Barr? Oh, something's about to not go well. What's about to not go well for Barr? That could be, okay, that didn't answer my question because that could be either thing, but something not good is about to happen to Barr. I'm getting, if he's sick, he's like trying to hide it, because I'm getting work more than any kind of illness. Yes, DLC. His playbook is almost out of moves. Yeah, I think there's a lot to that. He's scrambling. He's not gonna show weakness. So I can almost hear him saying, whatever it is, I'll just deal with it for the next 3 weeks, and then I can be sick. Little bully Trump, the master. You've remember Little Lord Fauntleroy? Well, this is Little Bully Trump. So what's going on here? Is that just the election? All right, quiet. Could be quieting lies, but let's see. The lies don't work anymore, it feels like. Oh, there's a lot coming. There is a lot coming. Communication, but it feels small. Time's up. What this is, okay, what I'm getting, here, I'll put this back up. Hello. Okay, what I'm getting is that Barr is, he's basically, if he's sick, he's just like, unless I can't breathe, I'm just going to keep working. I'll work from home if I have to. If I've got 3 weeks, I'll do whatever it takes. And he's going to do anything he can think of or get away with or convince his prosecutors to do in order to help Trump, is what I'm getting. But it's not working. It's just not working, is what I'm getting. And it all just kind of peters out, because once the election has happened, a lot of what Barr would be able to do during the lame duck session is, what good does it really do? I mean, it pleases the master. It just pleases the master, so I must do it. But for the most part, big deal, you're pleasing the master. It doesn't get him reelected, and he's going to have a lot going on, and he's not going to have, Barr didn't help him. Barr didn't help me. And the fact that Barr did so much to help him up to this point, not going to matter. You know how Trump is. He's not going to be like, well, you stood by me so you showed loyalty, so I'll show loyalty. No, he's not going to show loyalty. That's just so not going to happen. So he's not going to have much use for Barr. So Barr, it all just kind of peters out. So anyway. Okay. All right, next. Ivanka. Let's have a look at Ivanka. Okay, 105. 05. All right. No. Nazi Barbie. Yeah, exactly, Martin. What have you done for me lately? Yeah. Barbara, I'm hoping the master's going to prison. Yeah. Yep. Uncover the news. Kristen saying Pennsylvania County resending 29, what? Resending nearly 29,000 ballots after a printing error. Of course, the Republicans are going to make hay of that, but oh well. Jane, Trump is going to rail at Barr because he didn't protect him, but will Barr take the abuse? I don't know. He's not going to turn on Trump. No, never in any way, shape, or form have I picked up that he's going to turn on Trump. So, okay. Complicit, if by complicit you mean I'm supporting my father and everything he does. I really can't stand this woman. I really can't. I'm so sorry. I'm so snarky today, but I'm just, I don't like these people. And there's some days where it's all I can do to I'm just trying to get through it. She's so awful. And that fake voice. Are you looking for a place to run away? Oh, Renee, thank you. Thank you. Chat saying word salad servers. Okay. Tina's saying loads of marches and protests at Buckingham Palace. Why? Or is this about Andrew? Oh, I did not know. People finally rising up against that? Yeah, Jane, and why do all three kids call him my father instead of dad? Yeah. Okay. She's rich. I'll go put this down yet. Thank you, Kit. All right, I'm going to put this down just a little bit. She's rich. Her family's rich. New from Ivanka. Ivanka caskets. Ivanka voting machines. Complicit. The dynasty. It's all about the money and the dynasty. Yep. Oh, they're definitely prosecutors, investigators looking at her. Absolutely. All right. There's a celebration, and that's the center. This is the card for the reading. So this is the center card. Is the card of celebration. Put that here, there. And it's usually Democrats. Cups are Democrats. Howling at the moon, from her perspective, being very upset. Oh, she's already a little bit of a social outcast, complete social outcast. Complete social outcast. Okay. Are you looking to flee was the original question. But so are you looking for somewhere to flee to, or are they going to freeze your accounts? Are they going to take your money away? Is it going to be poor Ivanka? Actually, literally poor Ivanka? Or are you going to go live in Dubai or wherever? All right, Two of Wands. Okay, so that would be communication. That's talking about overseas. So I think there is some talk about going overseas. You know, go to Israel. And if that doesn't work, go somewhere else. But big ending. There's a big ending coming. But I'm still rich. Queen of Pentacles. Thief card right in the middle. I was like, oh, I wonder if it means they're going to suspend the accounts. It's a card of, it's the major arcana card of suspension. Because of the lies. Because of the fraudulent business practices. Suspension because of the lies. This is because of the she's a part of the lying about the valuation of things for taxes and banks, depending on which one they wanted to go with. She has signed some of that paperwork. Yeah. Bye. Well, okay, I should ask. Is Ivanka ever going to go to prison for fraud? Or anything? Why did she buy a casket business? That's disgusting. I mean, if I bought a casket business, it would be, you know, to try to do the best I could to give people closure and comfort, and, you know, be sending positive energy to those things every day. And, you know, she doesn't do anything like that. It's just money. Oh, good point, Crystal Mama. Time to have to leave. Yeah, I've got to leave in a minute. Thank you for reminding me. Wednesdays are like that. Okay, Ivanka. So, are you going to orange is the new black? Gonna get some fraud going. The casket business was part of a huge trademark deal from 2018, Roland. Thank you, Roland. Thank you. Oh, well, we're reading about incarceration, and this would be incarceration. But that's just for the reading, so let's see how it goes. Okay, lots of stress. But I'm just this small, delicate. Oh, but I'm just this small, delicate, 6 foot tall mother of 3 or 4 or whatever, woman raised in the lap of luxury, who works out every day, who owns all these businesses, and who got all this money through a fraudulent family business. But I'm just a small, delicate little, but I'm blonde and sweet. What you send out will come back to you. This feels like a jury. Secrets and higher wisdom. Heartbreak. Oh, well, it's not going to be, whatever it is not going to be good. 2 of my incarceration cards are actually, this is a potential incarceration card because it looks like bars. And this is a card I get for it, but this is the card for the reading. So it's worry about this, and it ends in heartache. But I think the lawyers come up with something where she ends up basically okay, but poor. All right, for years now, I've also picked up that she's actually She's going to get remarried someday, but it's going to be a much smaller affair. Much smaller. So, all right. Well, up you go. Up. Hi. Okay. All right. So that's going to do it for me for today, but I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'm here every day, like a bad penny. And I will see you tomorrow, noon Central Daylight Savings Time, which I still wish they'd quit doing, but okay, 12, whatever, Central Time in the U.S., from myself and little snoozy boo-boo kitty up in the cat tree. Have a great day, everybody. And do check out Donnie. Do check out Johnny's video live stream from this morning. It was really good. All right. Have a great one, and I'll see you tomorrow.